Hey everyone, welcome to today's live. I'm just going to share my screen real quick. Today we are talking about the one crucial thing you must be doing before turning to healthy food or supplements for pain management, especially if you are a business owner or entrepreneur. So you're here because you're in pain and you want to get out of it, and you may have already tried using anti-inflammatory foods or supplements to help reduce the inflammation. However, if that is all that you're doing, you may be actually doing more damage to your body. And we're going to be getting into that today, so stick around. All right, let's dive in. So first off, what is inflammation? Inflammation is the body's natural response to injury, infection, and harmful stimuli, which causes redness, heat, swelling, and pain as it works to heal and protect the affected area. Inflammation causes swelling and pain as part of its protective response. So swelling helps bring more blood and immune cells to the affected area so that the healing can happen, while the pain acts as a signal to you, like a warning signal, like, hey, something is up, something is wrong, you need to do something about it, otherwise you're going to damage this more. And how do certain foods and supplements help lower pain? So anti-inflammatory foods and supplements work by influencing various biological processes in the body, reducing the inflammation. Okay, that's all it does, reduces the inflammation. However, it's important to note that inflammation is not the issue, but rather a symptom of the real root problem. Since these foods and supplements reduce inflammation but don't actually stop what's causing it, that brings us into today's topic, which is, well, what is the one thing you must do first so that you are not damaging your body more? And the answer is you need to address your muscular imbalances first, right? So in North America, with our sedentary lifestyles, all the computer work we do, driving our cars, etc., we do way too much sitting, and our bodies are not designed for that. Our bodies are designed to move. And when we sit for long periods of time, we get muscle imbalances. This causes pain, tightness, and even injuries. All right, so let's cover quickly what are muscle imbalances. I touched on it a little bit here, but put simply, muscle imbalances are what happens when one muscle group becomes weaker than the opposite muscle group. So in our body, we have push-pull mechanisms, right? So for example, your biceps will pull your arm in, whereas your triceps will extend the arm, right? There's always an opposite movement to every movement, and the muscles have to be balanced, otherwise we get problems. All right, how do they happen? So there are a few reasons why they develop, but in most cases, it's caused by some muscle weakness. This often happens from long periods of sitting and moving incorrectly. This is why, as entrepreneurs and business owners, it is especially crucial for us to address these, since long periods of time are inevitable with our work. And why do they cause pain? So often muscle imbalances will cause pain in your joints because since our muscles are attached to bones, when one muscle is overactive or tight, you will feel the joint that it's attached to when you stretch that muscle. So you may have felt your knees when going up the stairs or doing some squats. This is because a lot of us have tight quads, so the front of your thigh. When that is tight and you're lengthening it, whether going upstairs or doing a squat, etc., it's so tight that it's going to pull on the joint that it's attached to, and that's often what you're feeling. In the spine, it's a little bit different. So let's say you have tight low back muscles, the one running along your spine. Our spine is designed in a specific way to handle the load of our body and weight that we carry, and also gravity, right? So there's like a slight S curve in the spine. However, when it's excessively arched or excessively rounded, that's when we're putting this weird kind of pressure on these discs. So between the bones, the vertebrae here, you have these discs, and you're changing the structure of your spine, basically compressing these discs, and that's another form of pain that we feel, especially if you have low back pain. That's often what's happening there. All right. So why do you need to address muscular imbalances first? So I want you to look at this analogy here. When we don't address the root cause of something, we're not actually fixing the issue, right? So you could be filling this bucket up with water on and on and on, but if you don't realize that there's a hole in the bucket that's actually causing the water to come out, you're going to think that the water is the problem. Oh, I'm not putting in enough water, right? I'm not taking enough healthy food and supplements. That's why I'm still in pain. But that's not how it is, right? You need to address the root cause. In this case, it's the hole in the bucket. In our case, what we're talking about is the muscle imbalances. Again, this is 95% of the time, that's what it is. So it's important and also logical to always address the root cause because pain isn't just something that shows up. It's not like the body decides, oh, Marie is 50 years old. We're gonna give her some pain because that's what happens when you get older. That is not how it is at all. It's always coming from something. And our tissues are designed to last 110 years without having any significant structural problems, no pain, no injuries, etc. And again, inflammation is the effect, whereas the muscle imbalances are often the cause, right? So they're the hole in the bucket. Foods and supplements only address the symptoms, inflammation and pain, and not the root cause. And the risks of ignoring muscle imbalances are that if you just reduce or numb your symptoms with food and supplements, you will continue doing more damage to your body, right? So as I mentioned before, pain is a signal to your body that something is up and you need to do something about it. Otherwise, you're going to continue damaging that area. And I believe the best way to address muscle imbalances is by doing a full body posture and movement assessment. So based on that, I can tell you which muscles are overactive and need to be relaxed and which muscles are weak and need to be strengthened. The assessment is one of the very first things I do with all of my clients because this helps me design a custom roadmap for every individual since we are all so different. So let's talk about next steps. If you are dealing with aches and pains that are getting in the way of you enjoying everyday activities, whether it's slowing you down at the gym or even distracting you from your work, and you aren't quite sure how to figure out which muscle imbalances you have, I want you to send me a DM and I'd be happy to get you on the right track. So that is it for today. I want to thank everyone for joining in and being open to finding a new solution to getting out of pain. And I will leave you with this quote: education without implementation is just entertainment. So you are here because you're in pain and you want to get out of it. So let's do something about it. Let's get you out of pain. Let's connect. Thank you again, and I hope to see your name pop up in my chats. Have a great day and see you in the next one.